Aloha, and welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man X2, not 3. I almost said X3. Anyway, this is episode number 4, number 4, I don't know. Let's just start up with Crystal Snail. Holy crap. Getting my words all mixed up now, so... It is currently August 29th, so this is being released a lot later than what it's being recorded. X1 actually isn't even finished yet. I think I'm gonna stop recording this game after this episode, just because I know that if I keep on going, I'm just gonna record the whole game, and I kinda don't want to do that, but... Anyway, Crystal Snail has a few things to offer, and the first thing is actually right here, so let's see if we can get it on our first try. Oh, nope, never mind. Not first try. Definitely not first try. But we'll take as many tries as we need, and if I don't get it this time, I'll just cut out any of my failures. But anywho, so, the X series is swell. It's going swimmingly, as, Shadow Mario Guy may say. Why does it keep on jumping out? Okay, Booyakasha, finally! That took like 4 tries. I'm down to 0 lives, so I cannot fall in a pit or get crushed. Otherwise, it's game over for good old Paper Mario Guy. Anyway, that took a little longer than I expected it to, and a little more lives, oh my god, than I expected to. I almost died there. But, as I was saying, the X series is going swimmingly, and that's, you know... It's fun and all, but I need to calm down with my recording, because as much as I love recording, I'm not a very big fan of recording a ton ahead of time. I like recording, you know, I guess up to date, you know, wherever, you know, whatever day it is, I like to record, you know, like that day. It presents more of a chance for failure and for being able to miss an upload, but I feel that it's better because if there's something, you know, recent that just happened, you can talk about it and you don't have to worry about it. So, I don't know, that's personally just me. But anyway, I'm gonna quick run down, what's his face? That's not the weakness for him, is it? Maybe it is. Crystal Snail is probably my equivalent to either, Boomer Kuwanger, or Armored Armadillo. It's kind of like a combination between the two, actually. Both are pretty annoying, and both have very limited times to attack. But both are fantastic. But not really. What's down here? I feel like something's down here, and yes, indeed, there's an upgrade. But yeah, quick running it down, is 2 things that you can get in this stage. You can get that heart tank that I already got, and then you can also get this capsule right here. And, this one is probably not maybe as useless as the head upgrade in the original X game, but it's pretty damn useless, because like the X upgrade in the first game, it's really only useful for about 1 spot. Although it can help you, if you're missing, you know, upgrades and you don't know where they, you know, are in a stage, or if you don't know if you've completed a stage full through. But even then, it's not really that hard, and honestly, the only thing that I see that, you know, it ever helped me for in any of my original playthroughs of the game was, I think it was, the body armor upgrade. And as you can see, I already got that, so, to be honest, it's kind of useless, but I have to show it off, because it is an upgrade nonetheless, no matter how useless it may or may not be. But, I don't know, I really don't feel like talking about the stage in this episode. I've been pretty informational in these last couple of episodes. Besides, you know, maybe last episode, I talked about Final Fantasy and just games in general lately. But I don't know. I think what I'm still debating on whether or not I want to do X3. I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's just like, I think I want to, and I'm almost positive I'm going to, but it's just a matter of whether or not people want to or not, want to see me do it or not, and I guess it's, you know, in the end it is my decision, but, I know, going over, come on, you weren't supposed to do that. Going over Crystal Snail, he is actually not that hard of a boss. He is, like I said, like an armored armadillo, where you have very limited chances to attack, but he's not necessarily that difficult, and once you get those abilities, or once you, you know, get off a few hits, he's really not that hard, but he is like a Boomer Kuwanger in the sense that, you know, he is kind of hard to hit sometimes. But you can get him in this little well, you can get him in that little pattern there. Sometimes you can get multiple hits, sometimes you can only get 1 or 2 hits. But you hit him with Magnet Mine and he flies out of his shell, and he hurts himself when he connects with the wall, and you obviously hurt him when you hit him with the Magnet Mine himself. So, not really a hard boss when you have his weakness, but very tedious and annoying when you don't. But, yeah, no, the X series, like I said, is going swimmingly, and I really do enjoy it, but it seems like I've always had this problem, towards, you know, the end of games, and it's the urge to play something new, and I always have that ambition to do, you know, a game that I've never done before, or, you know, something that, I don't know, that I haven't seen too many people do. But the thing is, for majority of my Let's Playing, you know, career thus far, I have kind of pretty much strayed away from overdone games, even though a lot of the overdone games are some of my favorites. But I've strayed away from them just because I know either people have watched them, like recently watched a project of it, or I have and I'm just not really feeling the game or whatever, or I'm holding off for my own personal reasons. But I don't know, I've been getting that urge again to do, you know, like a bigger, more well-known game, you know, on a more current platform, stuff like that. I don't know, I've had that urge for a little while now, and, I don't know, it's one of those things where it's just like finding the right game and finding, you know, a time where I really do want to do it, but anyway, I said in the last, I think in Flamestag stage, that he has possibly one of the shortest levels in X history, and I actually want to take that back because I mean, he does have a very short stage, but I honestly think that, Overdrive Ostrich might. You know, maybe it's a bigger stage, technically, you know, in size, but in terms of how long it takes, not very, you know, it's not very long. Anyway, here's another X upgrade. Mega Man X, enter this capsule, or enter the capsule. This enhancement will modify your main drive unit. With it, you will be able to dash while in midair. Use it wisely, Mega Man X. But as I was saying with, you know, big games and stuff like that, mainly, you know, I'm certainly still having fun with the X series. I don't want anybody to think anything differently, and I'm really glad I was able to make such an improvement and then also, you know, tackle this game with, you know, what I like to think, some skill. But, I don't know. I've just been, you know, wanting to do something, you know, a little bit more adventurous, you know, maybe a platforming game or something like that. But to be honest, I understand not to, you know, fill my plate too much, because there is a lot that you can handle, and then there's a lot that you can't handle. And even though I don't watch him, I have to respect YouTube Let's Player DarkMindedSith. A lot of people like him, and he's pretty well known, I think. But I have to respect him because he recently canceled his Super Mario Sunshine LP, and his reasons for doing so were just, you know, pretty respectable reasons. And I think that, you know, it takes a bit to admit that you're not, you know, ready to tackle something, or it takes a lot to realize that, hey, you know, this isn't really what I want to do, and, you know, even though other people may like it, stop it because you're not having fun. So, even though I don't even though I don't watch the guy, I definitely respect him a lot more now, and, it's one of those things that I can really, you know, not relate to, because I haven't actually done that myself, but I can understand where he's coming from, and, you know, I appreciate that he doesn't just force an LP on his viewers, especially considering he has a little over 7,000, and, you know, a lot of hardcore fans will just watch because they like their LP or their favorite LP or that much, even if they don't like the project or the game that they're doing, and that is dedication, and almost every LPer, myself and Caboose included, we appreciate that, but at the same time, it's one of those things where it's just like, you kind of feel bad that you're forcing that on someone, and for him to not do that to his fans, I have to really commend him. I'm sorry, X. One of the X-Hunters attacked the base and took all of Zero's parts away. They're going to rebuild Zero at their base. I tracked them to their location, 00, the North Pole. I can't let them tamper with him, Dr. Kane. I've got to save him. So, if you don't know what I'm making fun of, I'm actually making fun of Mega Man's voice acting in pretty much any game that he's ever been in. But, alas, we have now defeated all 8 Mavericks from Mega Man X2, and now we have some backtracking. And the backtracking, is extensive, and we have quite a few things to do. But we will begin our backtracking in the next episode. Until next time, I am PaperRespectGuy of the KoopaNinjaBros. Thank you very much for watching. Can't wait to finish out this game. And, I'll see y'all next time.